So I know that it's dark and I basically have to hold the phone like this close to my face to see anything, but like you're just gonna have to trust me. I'm here. So I've had like a really fucking gnarly day. Like it's just been really gnarly. And the holidays are really hard. Like harder than I thought they were gonna be, like harder than they were last year, I think. And like today things kind of just not like I don't even know where my light is. Bloody hell. Things today just kind of got weird because I was trying to pay my phone bill and like I couldn't, and it was just like it was just like one thing after another. And so I was I was having a hard day, you know. It was kind of a fucked up day. I'm just gonna be honest. Like it kind of sucked. It really like I was really like actually looking for the strength to just keep going, and I couldn't find it. I was praying and I mean I was praying to God, you know. I was saying, you know, look, I need your help. I'm not feeling good. And I mean, like, it had been it had been a couple weeks since I had really like felt like myself. And yeah, no, I was just kind of like, I don't really know what to say. Like all my family's dead, and like, you know, life is hard enough when you have people. And then you know, on top of that, like I don't have anyone. And then, you know, for the holidays, it's really hard because you see people and they're together, and you see like all these sweet stories and movies, and you know, and just like people walking in this, you know, in the street. Like it doesn't really have to be like media, you know, kind of thing. So I was praying today, like, you know, I've been feeling it a lot lately, like feeling just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm even trying. Sometimes I just feel not depressed, but just like fucking weird, you know, just like not good, just not feeling good. Like, not lonely, like there's nobody I want to spend time with that's alive anyway. You know, I mean, all my, like I said, you know, it's not a story. You know, everybody in my family, all my friends, they're dead. You know, and I've been living in my car with my dogs. I'm homeless to boot, you know, and going back and forth with cigarettes. But you know, thank God I don't have any other issues, you know, like alcohol or drugs or anything. So, you know, I wasn't having like that bad of a Christmas. Excuse me for the yawn. But I just wasn't feeling good. You know, I was feeling like physically down, and you know, like even though I exercise every day, it was just like the weather is really cold, and for this area it's very cold, and I was just having a really fucking hard time. Like I don't think I've gotten a Christmas present, like a proper Christmas present from anyone for years. It's been years. So I got on the phone to pay my phone bill today, and I could barely pay it. But like, I mean, I could pay it, like I had the money to pay it, but still, it's like, it was a lot of money. And I was explaining to the representative, you know, like why it got that way. It was supposed to be put on auto pay, I think back in September, and the representative didn't put it on auto pay. So I'm like, la da da da, thinking that my phone bill's paid, and it wasn't. Like, whoa. So then in November, like right before Thanksgiving, I start checking my, like, you know, unknown texts, you know, section on my phone. Just like not something I check all the time. So, you know, went for 2 months, and I was getting texts from my cell phone, my cell phone carrier, telling me that my phone bill had not been paid, but I wasn't checking them. So So you can figure how my phone bill got behind, you know. And then by the time I knew that it needed to be paid, I didn't have the money because I spent it, you know, like, fuck. Being homeless in your car is not cheap. And even though I rarely smoke cigarettes, I rarely spend money on cigarettes anymore even. It's like, you know, my food stamps were taken, and I mean, everybody that I know lost their food stamps. So, you know, and after that happened last March, I've been struggling, and it's been hard. It's been really fucking hard, actually. So, like I said, I was paying my phone bill today, and the representative was really nice, and I actually called and talked to somebody because I wanted my bill explained to me. You know, like, there were some charges on my bill, and I didn't know what they were, so, and then I, what was the thing after that? I called the Affordable Care Connectivity Plan thing so I could get, you know, the application started because I really can't afford my bills anymore. So, and that wasn't like a point of pride. You know, I wasn't feeling particularly like proud of that. That, like, I'm looking at my life and it's not working out very well. You know, it's never a point of pride, especially when you know that you're doing everything you can. Like, everything I can do, I'm doing. And still, like, things are not, you know, ends are not meeting, and, you know, financially you're struggling, and, you know, you're, like, alone on Christmas, alone on Thanksgiving, alone on New Year's, again. Like, I don't remember the last time I got to kiss someone on New Year's Eve, you know, like when the clock strikes midnight and all. I don't remember, honestly. It's been over 10 years. You know, and my dog is my best friend, and she's the best friend anybody could ever want, and still, you want human contact sometimes, you know? Well, I wasn't going to get human contact today, so, I mean, I could have, but it was like, you know, go hang out with my ex or something. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, there's a reason why we're not together anymore. There's a reason why I broke up with him in the first place. That kind of thing, like, we're still friends, but, like, no. Yeah, no. So, then I called somebody, I called the Affordable Care Connectivity place, and the lady there was nice to me, and then something she told me was wrong. Excuse me. Something she told me was wrong about the way she was telling me to do the application, so then I called back, and, I got a different representative, of course, and, she helped me, like, and it was funny. It was like the other representative was mistaken, apparently, but, you know, whatever, it was nice. It was pleasant conversation, and, you know, like, quick, efficient. And it set my mind at ease, too, which is really what I was looking for while I was praying, like, the whole time. I needed something to, like, set my mind at ease, you know, something, anything, really. Not anything, but, like, you know, something. And then, there were a couple other things, like YouTube videos that popped up in my feed, and a couple other things. And then somebody said something really nice, and I wish I remembered. It was a name, something Kane, like Tommy Kane or Timothy Kane, I can't remember now. But I was looking through my comments on YouTube, right? And I made a comment. Like, I remember watching this video too. It was a short, and this guy, like, helped out a woman, and he gave her a present. I think it was a woman, if I'm thinking of, like, the exact same video. Anyway, it was before Christmas, and she had kids, I think, and he helped, like, he gave her money or something. I think that's what it was. And I was really struck by that. I remember watching a number of videos like that, but that one struck me, and I commented on it. And I said, you know, I thank you for, you know, like, basically you renewed my faith in the human race, kind of thing. And he commented back, you know, if the internet wasn't so full of weirdos, and I just saw it today. I guess he commented like 4 days ago, and anyway, he commented back to me, you know, if the internet wasn't so full of weirdos trying to make something sweet seem malicious or something normal seem malicious, something like that, he said, I'd send you a gift. And I was just so struck by that, because I think this guy really actually would. And, like, it's just really sweet that people take the time to be kind to each other like that. And I know I see YouTube videos about it all the time, but when you know that someone else is on the other end of that keyboard and they actually took the time to even comment back to you, that's just really sweet, you know. And I just think it's really sweet. I just do. And so, you know, when I'm sitting here praying, like earlier today, and nobody knew I was praying, you know, nobody could have known that. And I don't think I even said it out loud. I think I was just talking to God in my head. So it wasn't like my phone heard me or something, you know. But, that, you know, once again, that guy, I think it's is it Tommy Cain? It's Cain. Anyway, I don't even remember what he looks like. But, like, what a sweetheart. Like, that is so sweet to even take the time to comment back like that, and to, you know, and to, like, reach out to a stranger. And you know that somebody's on the other end of that keyboard, like I said. Like, it's not just, you know, like, to take the time to even type that out and comment it back to my comment. Like, I really appreciate that. And, like, I probably would give this man my address, you know. I probably would. And I mean, not that I have a home address, obviously, because I live in my car, but I thought it was really sweet. And it was after I commented back to his comment, you know. I'd probably send you my address, just not on a public YouTube chat, you know. But it was like 5 or 10 minutes after, well, maybe like 5 minutes or something after all of this happened, and I had these good interactions with people on the phone. And I know that that's not any substitute for, you know, face-to-face human interaction, but it was what I had today, you know, because living up on the mountain, I don't really see people very much. People don't really talk to me much. And so I thought it was really sweet. And it was then that I realized that God had answered my prayers. And I know maybe that sounds silly, or 12:22 on the clock when I said that, or maybe like kind of naive or whatever. And like, that's whatever. You can think whatever you want. Go ahead. But like, in my experience, God does answer prayers. Even when you don't get an answer, that's an answer. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to the people who were kind to me today, because, you know, in their own way, they were answers to my prayers, because I really needed that. And you know, that comment from that one you know, YouTube account, I think that's really super sweet, and I really appreciate it very much. So, you know, you never know. My mom used to say when I was younger, you know, Rebecca, you never know when you throw rocks into a pond how far the ripples are going to reach. And what she meant by that was, you know, like, you don't really know how much your actions matter, good or bad, or neutral, until, you know, you can see sometimes. And sometimes you get to see that. Excuse me. And other times you have no idea if what you're doing makes any sense to anyone, or, you know, like, I've been living in my car for a while now and just kind of wondering, like, am I, like, okay? And, you know, part of me would say no, I'm not. But like, a large part of me says yes, I'm fine. I wouldn't say fine, but like, I'm hanging in there, and I'm doing a really good job about hanging in there. And, you know, I keep finding reasons to keep going, even when I don't really want to. I don't really want to. I don't want to be homeless. Are you kidding me? No, it's hard. It's really hard. And it's expensive, and it's scary sometimes, and it's very, I wouldn't say lonely, but like, it can be very solitary. And, you know, I do have my dog, but like, still, you know, it's not, a dog is not a substitute for a human interaction. And so when I had those few interactions online today, it, you know, it kept me going. And so this message is twofold. It's for people being kind, and it's also for the person who's receiving the kindness. don't forget that God works through us. So when we act upon God's will and we're obedient in God's will, we help others and we help God. Literally, we help God enact His will here on earth by being God's will in human manifested human form. You know, when we're kind to other people and we go out of our way to make a comment, you know, on a YouTube video, or just be nice on the phone, or, you know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't really matter. But when you do that, you're literally making manifest God's will here on earth, is being kind to other people. And then to the people who are like more on my end of things today, you know, because everybody I talked to on the phone today was equally friendly to me, because I'm friendly to them. They're just doing their job, you know. I mean, there's no reason. I mean, I might be frustrated at the situation, but the situation is not that person's problem, you know. 15:55 on the clock when I said that. So, when you're receiving when you're the receiver, you know, keep in mind that God does answer prayers, and that you're not alone. And yeah, things can be really hard, almost impossible at times. But keep looking, keep searching, because you're not alone. You're not alone. You never are. And remember that, you know, just remember the little things that get you through, you know, and those little things make such a big difference. They really do. So after reading that account's comment to my comment today, I just smiled inside, and I think I smiled outside too. And it just, you know, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight feeling much better about things, just because people were kind today. So be kind to one another. You know, the greatest commandment we were ever given was to love one another, period. End of story. It was the biggest thing that Jesus ever told us to do, was to love one another. So I thank everybody for their love today, and I'm more than happy to return it, because people that make it easy to return love are gems. They're just gems. So make sure that you tell the people that you appreciate in your life that you appreciate them, because it's not easy to find people that love you. And when they're all gone, like in my particular case, you know, you can really like be starved for love sometimes, you know. And you know, when you're healed like I am, it's not easy to receive love from just anyone, because you know what the cost of that love can be sometimes. You know, you have to deal with abuse or verbal abuse or whatever it is. And so, you know, you find yourself alone a lot. And so you know, when you're healed, it makes, you know, being loved that much harder, because, you know, you're not willing to settle anymore. And that can be a really solitary place, because there are very few healed people on this planet, really. I mean, that I've run into, very few. So you know, people often have some hidden trauma that they haven't worked through, and, you know, it can make it really difficult to find others, you know. And it can seem like a really lonely position, but, you know, stick to your guns, because that person's coming. I don't know who needs to hear this right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are. I don't know any of that, but I know somebody needs to hear it, because, you know, when you take the time to heal yourself and heal your heart and your mind, the prospect of finding other people who, you know, are like quality people, who will not hurt you or lie to you or cheat on you or steal from you or whatever it is, you know, they're hard to find. And I don't mean that in some kind of like awful negative way. I mean that, like, you know, the world is getting to be like a different place. It's certainly a lot different than when I was growing up. And you know, I think it's hard for people to not only be good sometimes, but also to receive good from other people without, you know, thinking, well, what's the catch, you know? And I'm one of those people, and it's not because I'm cynical. It's really just because I'm looking, you know, I'm honest, and I'll ask, you know, what's the catch? And if there isn't one, that's great. And if there is, I'll pick up on that. But I was really feeling low today, so I'm glad that people were kind. I really, really, really appreciate that. And just the fact that that account took the time to even comment back to me that, you know, that he would send me a gift. That's just the sweetest thing ever. That the person even thought of doing that is really super sweet, and I'm saying thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness. It's greatly appreciated. So I hope everyone's having a good year so far, and keep being good. It's not easy, but keep it up, because people need hearts, good hearts. This world needs all the strong, courageous, brave hearts it can get. Love, blessings, compassion, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. No one's going to do it for us.